These are the athletes who will contest the opening section of the U20 men's 3,000 meter final. And there is not going to be a ton of room on the track here. 17 athletes scheduled to come to the line in this opening section. They are Sean William Mattard, Noah Felton, Alexander Brosseau, Skylar Grossi, Aidan Douglas, Loic St. Cyr, Brody Penny, Caden Jones, Nathan Arsenault, Xavier Dion, Caleb Digman, Matisse Rousseau, Graham Sawyer, Wyatt Murray. There is Skylar Grossi. That'll be Aidan Douglas. Loic St. Cyr. Brody Penny.
And he's coming off a 4th place finish in the 1,500 meters.
Caden Jones is St. John Red's teammate next to him.
He was 2nd in the 3,000 steeplechase.
Nathan Arsenault. Xavier Dion. Caleb Dingman. And then we'll have the other part of the waterfall start. And that will be made up of Matisse Rousseau, Graham Sawyer, Wyatt Murray, Oliver O'Brien, Juan Bernal Salazar, there is Bernard Salazar, and Manuel Rousseau.
As you said, not a lot of room on the track. This is a big, big field. 17 in this section. We still have 18 more to come in the second timed final, but times in this first timed final ranging from 8:51. That belongs to Aidan Douglas. He's wearing hip number 5. Down to about 9:10. And this event won last year by a young man we'll see in the next section, Charlie Malachua, in 8:28. That was a great race last year. Sure, we'll see another great race on tap here. And to the early lead at the cut-in in that distinctive Newmarket Huskies kit is Skylar Grossi. He's got a 9:07:30 to his name, and now Murray on the outside. We saw him in the 1,500 prelims and qualifying. And he's happy to take it on a fairly relaxed pace. And these guys, again, they have to be careful because there's so many bodies on track, and many of them with some fatigue already in the body, and you just want to make sure that you're keeping your wits about you, keeping your turnover fairly high, and not getting sandwiched amongst the masses.
Have you ever been in a 17-person race?
Well, I can tell you, Adam, this is a bit unusual, but my 1,500 meter personal best from, well, longer ago than I care to admit, had 20 women in it, and I don't remember a thing about it other than I stayed on my feet. And it was traffic the whole time. So again, just having your wits about you and having just, you can say they're all kind of looking down at that sort of, I don't know, 45-degree angle right in front of them to just make sure that they're not clipping heels. It's the big man up to the lead now. That's Jones. And that is someone that you would like to have as a pace setter. The tallest in the field by far. He was 2nd in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. 9:15.
We just saw the winner in the U20 women's steeplechase with the opening section on the women's side of things. So Caden Jones, medalist in the steeplechase, looking to do the same thing here. That last lap, 70 seconds for Jones.
And Jones, one of the faster athletes in the field. He's an 8:54, excuse me, to his name. And now he's started to string things out a bit.
You touched on this, Kate. He's the tallest athlete in the field, and if you're one of his competitors, how much of an advantage is it having the tallest athlete in the field at the front, someone to draft off of?
I'm sure it's great because I was always that person, and a lot of people lined up behind me. It is helpful. I will say, we'll come through the first 1,000 meters here and give you an update as they come through. Just about, probably 2:54 on the clock, so just a titch under 3 minutes. And 2:54 would put them right around 8:45 pace, so that's good running, and that's why you're starting to see things strung out. It is good to have a tall pace setter up front. At the same time, it's also good to have a line of sight. Sometimes just having the visual of a finish line or seeing where the turn is coming is helpful. So you see Douglas sitting just on the outside shoulder of Jones. The other thing about being a tall runner, you got long legs, so there's more kickback than there might be with a shorter athlete. So all in all, I think Douglas and Penny would be quite happy to have the tall man leading the way.
Well, Douglas right now is sandwiched between two St. John Reds, Jones at the front and Penny running in third right now, but now it is Penny who is going to take over at the front, and Douglas will drop back into third. A move from behind there by Wyatt Murray, and he is going to get himself up with the leaders.
So Penny, interestingly, does not come in with a seed time. He's got no time, although he is an 8:46 runner at his best. He ran that last year in London, Ontario. So not having a seed is going to be to his disadvantage, as he may have been in the faster section had he had one, but he will now take over the pace setter duties. And I would imagine that the two St. John's Reds athlete have a little bit of team tactics going on here. They would have had discussion ahead of, I'm sure, of this race to, take turns leading for as long as they could, and that's what we're seeing play out here. That 8:46 for Penny from last year came from the OFSA championships. He was 15th in the 3,000 and 10th in the 1,500. And as we mentioned, he was also 4th in the U20 1,500 here at this championship. And he has just decided to run away with this thing.
That last lap was 67 seconds for Penny.
So they opened up the first 1,000 meter in 2:54. Coming up on 2,000 meters. And it has picked up a bit, again, as Penny has gone to the lead pretty decisively. So 5:45 unofficially through that 2,000 meter mark. And that has dropped the projected finish time down to 8:37, and that would be, well, about a 8-second improvement on his best. And again, he hasn't run one this season.
Well, now he's running on his own as he has pulled away from what was a group of four. Aiden, or rather that is Murray, now leading the chase pack. There's another 67 lap for Penny. He's got himself about a 6-second lead right now.
Penny looks really comfortable. He's got 600 meters to go. And you know what kind of fitness you're in, and if you're running this way, you're doing it intentionally. So there must have been some discussion with his coach ahead of time that, I'll stay relaxed for the first part of the race, and then it's just probably going to be a lonely push to home. But as we have talked about throughout the competition, of course, it's going to be the compiled results that matter the most. So he wants to run as fast as he can, not just win this section, so that he can put himself highest in the compiled results at the end of the next section. He's going to come up on the bell here, and he'll hear it in 7:26 unofficially. So 1 lap remains for our lonely leader.
Another 67-second lap for Penny there.
Yeah, and his turnover is just continuing to tick up and up. And with 200 to go, he is on track for a great time. Again, 8:46 his best. He'll go through about 7:59 with 200 meters to go. So he's looking to get into the mid-8:30s. And that is really solid running. That's going to put him right around the best times run by several of the athletes in the faster section. So keep your eye on the clock. It's going to be a big last lap here for Brody Penny. 4th yesterday in the 1500 and 8:30 on the button unofficially for Brody Penny, and that is incredible running.
So they're going to adjust it to 8:30.32. So that is a new PB for Penny. And if you're going to run your best ever, why not do it at the Canadian Championship? So Brody Penny, a very impressive time in the opening section of this U20 men's 3,000 meters.
And what's doubly impressive for me is he closed after doing so much work by himself and ticking things down over that last 1,500 meters. He closed in 64 seconds all by himself. And in some ways, it's a bit of a shame that he wasn't in the faster section, because he won this one by 12 seconds. And I'm sure with some competition, could have run a bit faster. But nonetheless, he took advantage of the opportunity he had. And what a run there. Wyatt Murray crosses in second in 8:42. Nice last lap for him as well, 66 seconds. And then Caden Jones, Penny's teammate for the St. John Reds, crosses in third at 8:43.60, also with a 66 final lap. So again, exciting opening sections on both the men's and women's side. Here's that move by Penny. It wasn't anything too big. It was gentle. He didn't exert a ton of energy trying to rush his way to the front. But this was a measured crank down over the last 3 laps or so. And he looked so strong right to the line. He's got over 100-meter lead on Murray and Jones, who crossed second and third, and still leans at the line. And I love the commitment. He knows that his time is going to matter. And I think that time is going to hold up very well as we look forward to the second section.